ladder up. Just all right. Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, week 24 program design review. We got 40 seconds on the clock. It's a little bit longer. You may want to do a quicker warm up. You know, I would suggest something like the huddle warm up. That's always a good one because it really doesn't even take any more time. It may even shorten it. You know, give me 2 claps, give me 3 claps. And then when I say 1 clap, we get a little closer each time, like it was 2019, and bring them into the huddle, give them the word of the day, break it down. All right. So then you got your exercise number 1, the dumbbell stability ball chest press to chest fly. Okay. So with this one, you got 40 seconds. Here's some things to think about. First of all, starting with the press is a great idea because presses are easier than flies. So you can kind of get to that point of exhaustion. And then you may want to even have a second set of dumbbells. I know it can look a bit like a yard sale unless you're as good as Columbia City at training your members to put stuff back where it belongs. All right, otherwise it starts to look like a yard sale. But the other way to do this is to say, hey, you can do chest presses on your first time around, and then you can do chest flies on your second time around. You know, of course, they can alternate between the two with various reps, but I recommend that you do that exhaustion with the chest press and then work through a little bit more doing some chest flies. It'd almost be like a drop set. So with this one, anytime that people are needing dumbbells, I would say we're going to highlight this green if we can. We'll give the green highlight. This is where one of the places you want to start. The other places, if there's 2 coaches on the floor, we'll be starting at the pull-ups. But these people need their dumbbells, so be prepared to spot, right? Side shuffle to high knees. So we're going out as fast as we can, coming back with the high knees. You may want to give them a target for those knees. We said high knees, not low knees. If you want to work your high knees right off, you got to do the high knees, right? So, so give them a target, which could be even that foam glow stick. It could be that punching mitt, whatever you decide to use. The kettlebell, double row, to a clean, to a front squat. Okay, so this is a great combination movement. We're getting some full body activity in here. So with that, we want to monitor form and weight on that, making sure that people are challenging themselves, making sure they know how to properly clean. Front squat. When the front squat comes out, we may want to elevate heels on this. Always a good way to improve the squat. All right. Be here first. Give the appropriate band. If you don't give the appropriate band, you are punishing yourself. You can't get to anybody else, right? There's like, oh no, I'm fine with the 1 inch. Truth is, they needed like the gray band, right? You know, and you spend the whole time wearing their butt for a hat, right? You know, because you're trying to push them up there, right? You know, it's good to get people on the pull-up bar for the first time, but it's also good to give them something that empowers them and makes them feel like it was easy. So given that appropriate band. Plyo box surge, sandbag, Zercher style. So remember, we got that underhook style when we talk about Zercher. Your rear foot is elevated. It's a rear foot elevated hinge. So essentially, it's a lot like a single leg deadlift motion that we got going on here. So monitor weight and spine alignment. Then we want to come over here to the dumbbell stability ball, single leg hip thrust. Now, single leg hip thrust is not for everybody. I have hamstrings that yell at me when I need to do very little for them to yell at me. They're just like constantly bitching, right? So stop yelling at me, right?
Picking up my socks.
When I try to just get into a single leg, I'm like, oh man, I start to cramp right up. So for some, it may be a double leg. Point being, if it's even a double leg for the coach, you may want to show both. You want to challenge them, right? You want to make sure that they're squeezing the glutes at the top, you know, getting that full hip bridge, meaning that ball is close to the butt, ball close to the butt, very important. And then, of course, you know, make sure they squeeze their own butt. We have some problem children in our location. They don't always just squeeze their butt. They squeeze someone else's, and we really got to keep controls on that. So cone figure eights. Challenge that pace, challenge the pace, give them, I would say, I don't know if I want to say a target, but like I'm always trying to have them touch the cone, challenge them to touch the cone, because that gets them down there a little bit, gets their heart rate up a little bit more. This one is a little bit to teach, right? You know, you got that kettlebell crouch or the rotational press, right? So you gotta, I would say that this one could also get a green highlight because when people are first starting, make sure you teach the movement, right? And then super band, 3 tricep extensions, so then 3 straight arm pull downs. So good tricep work, and everyone knows what's better than serotonin? Tricep tonin, right? All right, so there it is. Yeah, something they all know and love. They're getting kind of a double hit on the triceps. That straight arm pull down gives them a little bit more on the medial head, and everybody loves working the medial head of the tricep for sure, because that's where the primary offender of the bat wing comes from, you know. So we want to make sure to get that. And then plow box, squat to forward lunge, okay? So you're getting that squat, you're getting that forward lunge. With this one, I would say definitely challenge the range of motion on this one. Hey, Kristen's in the house. All right, challenge. Go ahead, Ricardo.
I was wondering, do you ever on the 3 and 3s, do you ever tell people to maybe do one of them for the first half and switch halfway through?
I like that too. I like that a lot. Yes, I do. Keep an eye on that clock, and you can do it half and half. There's a lot of different ways to create those combination movements. So, yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Which way would you start? Would you start with the pull or start with the extension?
You know, I would probably start where I had the most leverage, right? You know, because I'm going to be the strongest. So, you know, start with the closest to the body, getting the press downs, and then coming out here, you know, for those. Dependent, you know, but that's a great idea. And then let's see, what are our little I was just gonna look at Jeremy's. Does he have it in here? Is a plyo box one in here? Oh, plyo box rear foot elevated. He doesn't have his little squat to box. Oh, there it is. Got it. Boom.
What's up with this on Jeremy? And Coach Sam. Come at me. Plyo box exercise, even plyo box, goblet squat, box squat, get back up, go back into that squat down, touch them out, then you go into a forward lunge, drop that knee.
So Sam has a box here that makes his legs go parallel to the ground. In fact, this is a great shot right there, you know, looking at the leg to the box. You know, too often people choose too big of a box, and what do they wind up with? They wind up with a squat instead of a squat. And so we tell them no squats allowed, right? You got to get the full squat, right? So that's a very important part of that movement. So challenge the range of motion on that. Then your stay in bounds activity. You're going to do 3 and 3. We're going to do probably 6 sets, and they'll be looking at you like they want to throw something at you if you go too far with it. But you're going to do squat thrusts and V-ups 3 and 3. You have 25 seconds worth of work with 0 rest. So what this is it's kind of like the EMOM, but instead of calling it every minute on the minute, you can call it E25. I don't know, right? Because it's like every 25 seconds on the 25 seconds. So you earn your rest, and your rest is in that jogging phase. So it's a good challenge for everybody to, what I like about this is not everybody goes 100%, but when they have a timer and they know they have to get a certain thing done, you'll find them putting in that extra effort when it's time. So, Ricardo, do you have anything else?
Oh, I think my hand was still up from before. Sorry, but since you mentioned it, I will say that on the assisted pull-up, that's a great opportunity to snap some pictures of people to put on social media. You know, first time on the pull-up bar or whatever. Even if they're doing assisted, it's such a big win for so many clients that, you know, it's a great chance to celebrate them.
Yeah, no, that's a really great idea. Thank you for adding that, because that's something that we don't just want our pictures to only be like an anniversary or a boulder mover of the week, right? Those are great shots, and those are the shots people go look up and share, you know, and that's a really good one. So good stuff there, guys. And there it is, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday. And I am going to stop this recording. Here we go. Boom.